Hi friends, it's so great to be here with you today. It's Mrs. Watkins and I can't wait to take you on a really amazing learning adventure. Today we are going to be learning about units of measure. We're also going to be learning how we can use non-standard units of measure like toys to help us measure objects around the house. And we are also going to be using action figures and dolls to help us do a really awesome art project. Today is Thursday, March 26, 2020. It's the 140th day of school. Help me write the number. Making a straight line is fun. That's the way you make a 1. Down and over, down once more. That's the way you make a 4. Round like a Cheerio. We call it a 0. 140 days of kindergarten. Now, this number has a really, really big significance for us because in 40 more school days, you are going to be embarking on a new learning adventure as a first grader. Yeah, incredible. So keep up the great work at home. I'm so impressed and proud about all the things that I'm seeing come through on the Padlet and the pictures and emails that your parents are sending me. So thank you so much, parents and caregivers, for all that you're doing to help support your students at home. Keep up the great work. Wow, it's the 140th day of school, so we definitely have to do our exercises today. And 140 happens to be a friendly number because we can count by tens all the way to 140 without skipping a beat. So get ready to warm up your head, your shoulders, your knees, and your toes. Count by tens all the way to 140. Ready? Begin. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140. Congratulations, you're 140 days smarter. You're 140 days stronger. You're 140 days kind to your families, and remember to make green choices today. It's going to be a great day today. It's going to be an amazing day because we're going to do so many fun things, and I hope that at home you are going to continue on this learning adventure. Feel free to pause the video at any time to try this out. This, friends, is called a ruler. A ruler happens to be a standard unit of measure. That is a big concept for a kindergartner to know about, but can you say standard unit of measure? Basically, that just means it's a tool that most people can use to help us measure things. Yeah, most people know about the ruler. If you look closely, it has two sides. One side says inches. On the flip side, it says cm, 4 centimeters. If you notice the inches, they'll start with 0 all the way to 12. This is called a foot. Now, it's not like a foot like on Spider-Man here, or a foot on your body. It's a foot as far as a unit of measure. So a foot has 12 inches. So I'm going to ask you in a chant, how many inches in a foot? And you're going to say 12 inches in a foot. Ready? How many inches in a foot? 12 inches in a foot. How many inches in a foot? 12 inches in a foot. The way you use a ruler to measure is by looking at where the 0 starts and then lining up your object. For example, if I want to measure this marker, I would be able to line it up at the 0 as closely as possible and then see more or less here where the cap ends. Do you see that? Let's count the inches. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's a little past it, so we're going to call this 4.5 inches. Okay, 4.5 inches. What if I wanted to measure this cool Hot Wheel? I would line it up to the 0 and then more or less see where the last wheel ends. Do you see that? How long would you say this Hot Wheel is? If you said it's about 2 inches, great job. I want to measure this note card that I used to make a letters card. So I'm going to line it up to the 0 here. And if I look at it closely, I will be able to see where that number is. How long is this note card? If you said it's about 5 inches long, great job. I'm going to show you one more example. I would like to know how long this pen is. What should I do first? That's right, I'm going to line it up to the 0 and then figure out how long this is. It is about 5.5 inches long. Now, what I can do after that is then think to myself and compare which object is shorter, the Hot Wheel or the pen? The Hot Wheel, good job. Which object is shorter, the marker or the pen? The pen. We could use this to help us speak in complete sentences by saying the marker is shorter than the pen. You say it. Or we could say it the other way by starting off with the pen is longer than the marker. Your turn. The pen is longer than the marker. So we can use the ruler to help us measure all kinds of things. If you have a ruler at home, you can use this to practice measuring with. Now, what if you don't have a ruler at home? Well, that is where I want to teach you about non-standard units of measure. Now, a non-standard unit of measure means it's just a random object you can use to measure anything. Yeah, a random object. In fact, I could use this marker to measure things with. Let's take a look. Here's my friend Spider-Man. I'm going to figure out how long Spider-Man is by lining them up with the marker. Now, here, just like with the ruler, I'm going to try to line it up to the 0. Now, I don't have any numbers on my marker, but what I can do is do my best to line them up like this. So here is his shoe, and it stops about here on his fist. Do you see that? Okay, so that's one marker long. Now I'm going to put my finger here and then C. Put it right here. Now I have 2 markers long. Now it stops right about his shoulder. Do you see that? So far I know that Spider-Man is about 2 markers long. Now I see that it stops at his shoulder, so I'm going to line it up again at the shoulder. And if I notice, Spider-Man is not 3 markers long. He's a little over 2 markers long. Yeah, so you can use a non-standard unit of measure to measure anything. This is a marker. It's not a ruler. This is a standard unit of measure. This is a non-standard unit of measure, but I can still use it to make a really good guess about how long something is. I don't know if a marker is something that everyone has at home, but you could also use Legos. Legos are pretty awesome non-standard units of measure. I'll tell you why. Legos are about 1 inch long if it's a brick that looks like this. So if I know this is about 1 inch long, I could use this to make the best guess about how long things are similar to a ruler. Let's see if I can figure out how long this Wonder Woman's hair is just by using a Lego piece as a non-standard unit of measure. So what we would do first is we would line it up to the 0, and the 0 means where it begins and where it starts. Okay, so I would say it would be about here. This might be a little tricky, but we'll try it because that's part of being a mathematician, is trying different things. So I'm going to start it here, and I'm going to call this 1, and then I'm going to put my placeholder here, which is going to be my finger. This part right here is 1 Lego brick. Put my finger here. Now that is 2 Legos long. Put my finger here. 3 Legos long. And I still see that I can keep going. 4 Legos long. Wonder Woman's hair is about 4 Legos long. I would like for you to pause the video now and find an object that you can use as a non-standard unit of measure. You could use a Lego. You could use a Hot Wheel. You could use a ball. But you have to be careful to figure out how long something is by using it as a place marker and then lining it up to the next point. I want you to pause the video and pick 3 things that you're going to measure to see how long they are using a non-standard unit of measure. If you have a ruler, you can also use this time to practice measuring with your ruler. Friends, I also want to let you know that now that you've practiced using a non-standard unit of measure and a standard unit of measure on iExcel, there are several measuring activities that you can do on your home computer or on your device. All you have to do is enter the learning component of iExcel, hit math, and then look for measurement activities under the kindergarten tab. Let me know how that goes. Have fun and continue learning. Well, since I said that we were going to be using action figures and dolls to help us learn today, we're going to continue on with the next component of our learning adventure. We are going to sing When Cows Get Up in the Morning, like we did yesterday with the toys, but instead we're going to be using our action figures. So, are you ready? Help me sing. We're going to be thinking about Elsa first. When I think about Elsa, all I want to say is, let it go, let it go. Yeah, that's what I feel like I think she's going to be telling us today when she says good morning. Ready? When Elsa gets up in the morning, she always says hello. When Elsa gets up in the morning, she always says hello. And what does she say? Let it go, let it go. Can't hold me back anymore. All right, enough with the singing. We're going to move on to Iron Man. Oh, actually, this is not Iron Man. Hold on, just a second. Here's Iron Man. Iron Man, when I think about what he says, I am Iron Man. Yeah, that's what he's going to say. Ready? When Iron Man gets up in the morning, he always says hello. When Iron Man gets up in the morning, he always says hello. And what does he say? I am Iron Man. And that is what he says. Let's think about Wonder Woman. Now, Wonder Woman has a really cool lasso, and it's a lasso that helps people tell the truth. It's not really important to tell the truth all the time, even if you feel like you're going to be in trouble. Just tell the truth. You'll be in less trouble, and your parents will appreciate that you're being honest. Same thing at school. It's important to tell the truth, even when you made a red choice. Just tell the truth. So, Wonder Woman, with her golden lasso, she's going to say, tell the truth. When Wonder Woman gets up in the morning, she always says hello. When Wonder Woman gets up in the morning, she always says hello. And what does she say? Tell the truth. And that is what she says. All right, now it's time for Spider-Man. Spider-Man has a really amazing catchphrase, which goes like this: with great power comes great responsibility. Did you know you have power? Kids have power. You have the power to do amazing things. In fact, kids are the best. Kids can do so many things, and kids have the power of their imagination. They have so much creativity. You are amazing beings. So with great power comes great responsibility. And that responsibility is to use those powers wisely. All right, Spider-Man, You ready? When Spider-Man gets up in the morning, he always says hello. When Spider-Man gets up in the morning, he always says hello. And what does he say? With great power comes great responsibility. And that is what he says. I was thinking today, what if you didn't have dolls or action figures at home? What would we do? Well, earlier this week, we talked about marble tracks. And what if you didn't have a marble track at home? Well, you could make one at home. By the way, amazing job. I've seen some pretty creative designs. That's so impressive. Like I said, kids are amazing. Great job. So what if you didn't have dolls or action figures at home? Well, you can actually make one. So for this project, you are going to need foil. Now, some of you at home might have foil sheets like this, and if not, you can still use the rolls of foil. So once you have your roll of foil, I want you to look at the shapes that I cut out, okay? So on this side, you would take the scissors, go from top to bottom right about here, and basically stop right about here at about, maybe, depending on how big your sheet is, about 5 inches or so. Depends on how big your sheet is. If you have a really big sheet, you'll have a bigger action figure or a doll. If you have a smaller sheet, you'll have a smaller doll or smaller action figure. So you're gonna cut one slit here and another slit right over here, okay? Eventually this will be the head and these will be the arms. So I wanna show you, you're gonna repeat those steps right here on the bottom. See that? Same steps, lining them up as best as possible. Once you have these cuts, the next thing you're going to do is start shaping. So I'll show you how to do that step by step. So this piece right here, you're going to carefully start shaping it into an arm. I love working with foil because you can shape it pretty much into anything you want. This part right here is going to be the head. When I make the head, I'm going to start bringing it down into a ball shape like this, into a sphere. Okay, see it? This is going to be the other arm. Okay. So far it'll look like this. Now, the middle part is going to be the body. Okay. You're going to want to shape it towards the middle. So far we have the head, 2 arms, and the torso. See the torso? Okay. Now we have this part down here, okay? It might look like this, like you have 3 pieces. So you have to decide what you want to do with these pieces. I'm going to decide to make this into a leg. And once I get to the bottom, I'm going to shape it like a foot. Next, I'm going to do the same thing with this side and shape it like a foot. You can pose your action figure to do all kinds of things. This is my signature dance move. I like to call it the zigzag. It looks like this. Yeah, I love doing that dance move. It's my favorite. So I'm going to pose my action figure kind of doing the zigzag. This is a really awesome way to be creative and make your own action figure or doll. Now, we're not done yet. We've only just begun. This is the basic shape of my action figure. But what you can do is take a smaller piece of foil and cut out smaller pieces. If you want your action figure to have hair, you could take a piece that looks like a rectangle, fold it down, shape it the way you want it to look. Maybe it looks like this. And then you can add it to your action figure like this. And now my action figure has hair. Pretty cool, right? Or maybe you want your action figure to have a cape. So think about who could make a cape out of a smaller piece of foil. When I think of a cape, It's kind of round, and it needs to have a place for it to sit on the neck. So I'm just going to shape it like this, and then position it on my action figure. Fold it in tightly so you're using those fine motor skills to build your muscles in your hands to become stronger readers and writers. And now my action figure has a cape. See that? You can continue on adding all kinds of accessories and even come up with a creative name for your action figure. I'm thinking about this friend of mine whose hair I'm going to reposition. I'm gonna call her Wonder Warrior because, you know, the Warriors are my favorite, the Watkins Warriors. You could call it Kinder Kindergartner. You could call it anything you want. In fact, you don't have to just make one. You could decide to make lots of action figures and then have them interact with each other. Another extension could be, since we in the past have learned about speech bubbles, you can make your own speech bubble for your action figure. My speech bubble says this: I'm here to save the day. Another extension might be, maybe you could even make your own movie with your action figures with the help of your parents and caregivers at home. I can't wait to see what you make today for your action figure challenge. You could even make animals with this. You could make all kinds of different ways to make your dolls and your action figures look like the most creative toys ever. When I think about Iron Man and my action figure, this is pretty awesome, and I know this is not something you can buy in a store or on Amazon. So, friends, kids are amazing. You are amazing. Keep using your creativity and your knowledge to make amazing things at home. You know what this means? I love you and I care about you. All of your teachers are so proud of you. Keep up the great work. Stay strong and stay healthy. Tune in to tomorrow, where we're going to invite you to have Fun Friday with us. You are going to be invited to wear a cool costume, any costume you want, because we're going to pretend it's Halloween in March. Yeah, Halloween in March, but without the trick-or-treating. So we can't wait to see what kinds of awesome costumes you wear tomorrow. Be creative. And if you don't want to wear a costume, don't wear a costume. Wear your pajamas if you want. Another thing I want you to be thinking about, tomorrow we're going to be talking all about board games. And the big challenge is going to be tomorrow, I'm going to challenge you to make your own board game. So start thinking about some really cool ideas. I can't wait to see your awesome action figures. Have fun and stay safe. Can't wait to see you tomorrow.